You'll never be more than a cook at some cheap diner. I need a woman with real ambition, Vincent had said 6 years ago. New Year's Eve, the most exclusive restaurant in the city, 14-month waiting list. $800 per person. Vincent had pulled strings to get a table, desperate to impress his in-laws. The waiter approached nervously. The chef would like to greet your table personally. Vincent smiled smugly. The kitchen doors swung open. Kiana walked out in a black chef's coat with gold embroidery, her locks cascading elegantly past her shoulders. Vincent choked on his $400 champagne. She smiled. "Welcome to my restaurant." Then she gestured toward a private table by the window. 3 children in matching holiday outfits waved. "Say hi to Mommy's guests." Vincent's mother-in-law squinted. "Those children have your exact chin, Vincent." His wife's $2,000 New Year's dress suddenly felt very cheap. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Now, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. You will never be anything. Vincent Williams sits on the edge of Kiana's bed. His voice is cold. He does not look at her when he speaks. He looks at his phone. Kiana stands in the doorway of her bedroom. She just got home from work. She still wears her uniform from Jerry's Diner. A white shirt with grease stains. Black pants that smell like fried food. Her hands hurt. She burned her left hand on the grill today. The burn is red and swollen. "What did you say?" Kiana asks. Vincent looks up. "You heard me. You will never be anything. You work at a diner. You make $11 an hour. You smell like grease every single day." Kiana's chest feels tight. "I work hard. I pay my bills." "That is not enough," Vincent says. He stands up. He walks to her closet. He pulls out his clothes. 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, 1 jacket. He throws them on the bed. "What are you doing?" Kiana asks. "I am leaving," Vincent says. "I cannot do this anymore. You have no dreams. You have no ambition. I need someone better." Kiana feels like someone punched her in the stomach. Someone better? Yes. Vincent walks to the bathroom. He comes back with his toothbrush, his razor, his deodorant. He puts them in a black duffel bag. "Vincent, please." Kiana's voice shakes. "We have been together for 2 years. 2 years of nothing," Vincent says. He zips the bag. "I have a career. I wear a suit to work. I have goals. What do you have? Burns on your hands and grease in your hair." Tears fill Kiana's eyes. "I thought you loved me." Vincent walks to the door. He stops and looks at her. "I thought I did too. But you are not the kind of woman I want. You are not going anywhere in life. I need someone successful. Someone who makes me look good." He walks out. The door closes behind him. Kiana stands in the doorway. She does not move. She hears his footsteps going down the stairs. She hears the building door open and close. She hears his car start. She hears him drive away. Then she sits on her bed. She cries. She cries so hard her body shakes. She cries until her eyes hurt. She cries until her throat is raw. 3 hours pass. Kiana does not eat. She does not drink water. She does not turn on the lights. She just sits in the dark and cries. Finally, she lies down. She stares at the ceiling. The apartment is quiet. Too quiet. Vincent's side of the closet is empty. His toothbrush is gone from the bathroom. He took everything. Kiana closes her eyes. She thinks maybe her life is over. 2 weeks pass. Kiana goes to work every day. She cooks eggs. She flips burgers. She makes pancakes. But something feels wrong. Every morning she feels sick. She throws up in her bathroom before work. Her body feels strange. Her stomach hurts. She is scared. On a Thursday morning, Kiana calls Jerry's diner. She tells Jerry she needs the morning off. Jerry says yes. Jerry is a good boss. He has owned the diner for 30 years. He is 62 years old. He has gray hair and kind eyes. Kiana takes the bus to a clinic on West Madison Street. The clinic is small. The walls are painted yellow. The chairs in the waiting room are old. Kiana sits and waits. Her hands shake. A nurse calls her name. Kiana Brooks. Kiana follows the nurse to a small room. The nurse asks questions. When was your last period? Are you sexually active? Do you use protection? Kiana answers. Her voice is quiet. The nurse says, "We will do a test. Wait here." 15 minutes later, a doctor comes in. The doctor is a woman with short black hair. She holds a clipboard. "The test is positive," the doctor says. "You are pregnant." Kiana's heart stops. "Pregnant?" "Yes. I want to do an ultrasound to see how far along you are." Lie back on the table. Kiana lies down. The doctor puts cold gel on her stomach. She moves a small device across Kiana's skin. A screen on the wall shows a black and white image. The doctor stares at the screen. She moves the device again. She is quiet for a long time. "Is something wrong?" Kiana asks. The doctor looks at her. "You are pregnant with triplets." "What?" "3 babies. See here?" The doctor points at the screen. 1, 2, 3. All healthy. You are about 8 weeks pregnant. Kiana cannot breathe. 3 babies. 3. "I will print a photo for you," the doctor says. Kiana sits up. Her head spins. The doctor gives her a small black and white photo. 3 small shapes. 3 babies inside her. Kiana walks out of the clinic. She stands on West Madison Street. Cars drive past. People walk by. The world keeps moving. But Kiana feels frozen. She takes out her phone. She calls Vincent. The phone rings once. Then it goes to voicemail. "Vincent, this is Kiana. I need to talk to you. It is important. Please call me back." She hangs up. She waits. 1 hour. 2 hours. No call. She sends a text message. "Vincent, I am pregnant. Please call me." She waits. The message turns green. He blocked her number. Kiana's hands shake. She sends more messages from a different app. 10 messages. 20 messages. He does not respond. She goes home. She sits at her small kitchen table. She takes out paper and a pen. She writes a letter. Asterisk Vincent. I am pregnant. I am 8 weeks pregnant with triplets. 3 babies. I went to the doctor today. I have a photo. These are your children. Please call me. Please. I need help. I cannot do this alone. Kiana. She puts the letter in an envelope. She writes Vincent's mother's address in Evanston. She looked up the address online. She goes to the post office. She sends the letter certified mail. That means someone has to sign for it. 3 days later, Kiana gets a receipt in the mail. Someone signed for the letter. The signature is messy, but she can read it. Vincent Williams. He got the letter. He knows. Kiana waits for a phone call. She waits for a text message. She waits for anything. 1 week passes. Nothing. 2 weeks pass. Nothing. Vincent is not coming back. Kiana sits in her apartment. She holds the ultrasound photo. 3 small shapes. 3 babies growing inside her. She has $847 in her bank account. She checked this morning. She has no family. Her mother died 5 years ago. Cancer. Kiana was 19 years old. She held her mother's hand when she died. Her father left when Kiana was a baby. She never met him. She has no brothers, no sisters, no aunts or uncles. She has no one. Kiana looks at the ultrasound photo. 3 babies who will need food and clothes and diapers. 3 babies who will need a home. She is completely alone. But as she stares at the photo, something changes inside her. The fear is still there, but something else grows too. Something hard and strong. She puts the ultrasound photo on her refrigerator. She sticks it there with a magnet. She will survive this. She does not know how, but she will. She has to. The next morning, Kiana wakes up at 5 o'clock. Her alarm rings. She turns it off. She sits on the edge of her bed and looks at the ultrasound photo on her refrigerator. 3 babies. She takes a shower. She puts on her work uniform. She takes the bus to Jerry's diner. Jerry is in the kitchen when she arrives. He is cracking eggs into a bowl. He looks up and smiles. "Good morning, Kiana." "Good morning," she says. She ties her apron. She turns on the grill. She starts cooking, but her hands shake. Her stomach feels sick. At 8 o'clock, Jerry tells her to take a break. Kiana sits in the back room. Jerry brings her a glass of water. "You okay?" Jerry asks. "You look tired." Kiana drinks the water. She looks at Jerry. He has been good to her. He gave her this job 3 years ago when she needed money. He never yells. He never makes her feel small. "Jerry, I need to tell you something," Kiana says. Jerry sits down. "What is it?" "I am pregnant." Jerry's eyes go wide. "Oh, okay. That is big news." "I am pregnant with 3 babies. Triplets." Jerry does not speak for a moment. Then he says, "Where is Vincent?" "He left. He does not want anything to do with me. I told him about the babies. He will not call me back." Jerry shakes his head. "That boy is a fool." "I need this job," Kiana says. "I know I will get bigger. I know it will be hard to work. But I need the money. Please, do not fire me." Jerry reaches across the table. He pats her hand. "I am not going to fire you. You are one of my best cooks. We will figure it out." Kiana feels tears in her eyes. "Thank you." "When are the babies coming?" "The doctor said 7 months from now. Maybe 6 months if they come early." Jerry nods. "We will make it work. When you get too big to stand, I will get you a stool. You can sit while you cook. Deal?" "Deal." Kiana goes back to work. She feels a little bit better. Not much, but a little bit. The weeks pass. Kiana's stomach grows. Her uniform stops fitting. She buys new pants with elastic waistbands. She buys shirts 2 sizes bigger. At night, she tries to make plans. She needs baby clothes. She needs diapers. She needs cribs. She needs bottles and blankets and car seats. She writes lists. Everything costs money. One night, Kiana picks up her phone. She calls Vincent's mother's house in Evanston. She does not have the number, but she finds it online. A woman answers. "Hello? Hi, my name is Kiana Brooks. I am trying to reach Vincent Williams." The woman is quiet for a moment. "Who are you?" "I am Vincent's girlfriend. I was his girlfriend. I need to talk to him. It is important." "Vincent does not live here anymore. He moved to New York." "I know, but I need to reach him. I am pregnant with his children. He will not answer my calls." The woman's voice gets cold. "I do not know what you are talking about. Please, I just need to talk to him. I sent him a letter. He signed for it. I have proof." The woman hangs up. Kiana stares at her phone. She calls back. No one answers. She calls again, again, again. 5 times. No one picks up. She puts the phone down. She is alone. The next day, Kiana goes to a church on South State Street. She heard they help pregnant women. A woman at the church sits with her. The woman's name is Linda. Linda has gray hair and wears glasses. "Do you have insurance?" Linda asks. "No." "Do you have a job?" "Yes. I work at Jerry's diner. I make $11 an hour." Linda writes notes on a paper. You can apply for Medicaid. That will cover your hospital bills when the babies come. You can also apply for WIC. That gives you food. And you can apply for food stamps. How do I apply? I will help you fill out the forms. They sit at a table for 2 hours. Kiana answers questions. Linda fills out forms. They make copies of Kiana's pay stubs. They make copies of her ID. 3 weeks later, Kiana gets letters in the mail. She is approved for Medicaid. She is approved for WIC. She is approved for food stamps. She will get $200 a month in food stamps. WIC will give her milk, eggs, cheese, and cereal. It is not much, but it is something. Kiana starts looking for baby items. She cannot afford to buy new things. She finds a thrift store in Pilsen. The store is small and crowded. It smells like old clothes. She finds 3 cribs. They are wooden and old, but sturdy. $50 each. She buys all 3. The store delivers them to her apartment for $20 extra. She finds baby clothes at a garage sale. A woman is selling bags of clothes for 50 cents each. Kiana buys 10 bags. She washes all the clothes at the laundromat. She finds a stroller at another thrift store. It is big enough for 3 babies. It costs $30. 1 wheel is broken. Kiana's neighbor fixes it for free. Kiana is 6 months pregnant when Jerry brings a stool into this kitchen. Here, he says, sit on this when you cook. Kiana sits. Her feet hurt all the time now. Her back hurts. The stool helps. She sits and cooks eggs. She sits and flips burgers. She sits and makes pancakes. The other cooks do not say anything mean. They help her. When she cannot reach the top shelf, they get things for her. When she cannot lift heavy pots, they lift them for her. Kiana is 8 months pregnant when her neighbor knocks on her door. The neighbor's name is Mrs. Chen. She is 67 years old. She is short with white hair. She speaks English with a heavy accent. I see you are pregnant, Mrs. Chen says. Yes, Kiana says. You are alone? No husband? Yes, I am alone. Mrs. Chen nods. I have 6 grandchildren in Taiwan. I miss taking care of babies. When your babies come, you will need help. I can watch them while you work. Kiana feels her throat get tight. I do not have much money. I charge $200 a week. That is cheap. Other babysitters charge $400 or $500. $200 a week? Yes, I will feed them. I will change them. I will keep them safe. Kiana does not know what to say. $200 is half of what she makes. But she needs help. She cannot take 3 babies to work with her. Yes, Kiana says. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mrs. Chen smiles. Good. You are a good girl. You work hard. I will help you. Mrs. Chen goes back to her apartment. Kiana sits on her couch and cries. This time, she cries because someone was kind to her. 1 week later, Kiana is at work. It is a Tuesday morning. She is cooking eggs when she feels something wet. She looks down. Water runs down her legs onto the floor. Jerry! She yells. Jerry runs over. He sees the water. His face goes white. Your water broke. We need to get you to the hospital. The babies are coming? Yes, right now. Jerry takes off his apron. He helps Kiana walk to his car. His car is old and blue. The seat is torn. He drives fast through the streets of Chicago. They get to Cook County Hospital. Jerry helps Kiana inside. Nurses come with a wheelchair. They take Kiana to a room. I will wait here, Jerry says. You do not have to stay. I am staying. The pain starts. Kiana has never felt pain like this. It feels like her body is breaking in half. She screams. The nurses give her medicine. The medicine helps a little bit, but not much. Hours pass. The pain gets worse. The doctor comes in. The doctor is a young man with dark skin and tired eyes. "You are almost ready," the doctor says. "I need you to push." Kiana pushes. She screams. She pushes again. The first baby comes. A boy. The nurses take him and clean him. He is so small. He does not cry. The nurses work on him quickly. "Push again," the doctor says. The second baby comes. Another boy. Also small. Also quiet. "One more," the doctor says. Kiana is so tired. She does not think she can push anymore. But she does. The third baby comes. A girl. She is the smallest of all. The nurses take all 3 babies to the other side of the room. Kiana tries to see them, but there are too many people. "Are they okay?" Kiana asks. "They are very small," a nurse says. "They need to go to the NICU. That is the intensive care unit for babies." "Can I hold them?" "Not yet. They need help breathing. We will let you see them soon." The nurses take the babies away. Kiana lies in the bed. Her body hurts. Her heart hurts worse. A different nurse comes in. She has red hair and a kind face. "You need to pick names for the birth certificates." Kiana thinks. She always liked the name Marcus. Her mother liked the name Malcolm. Maya is a name she heard once and loved. "Marcus, Malcolm, Maya," Kiana says. The nurse writes the names down. Beautiful names. "When can I see them?" "In a few hours. You need to rest first." Kiana closes her eyes. She is so tired. But she cannot sleep. Her babies are somewhere in this hospital. They are so small. They need help breathing. She is a mother now. A mother of 3. Jerry comes into the room. He sits in a chair next to her bed. "I called Mrs. Chen. I told her the babies came. She says congratulations." "Thank you for staying." "Of course." Jerry is quiet for a moment. Then he says, "You are going to be a good mother, Kiana. I know it." Kiana does not feel like a good mother. She feels scared. But she does not say that. She just closes her eyes and prays her babies will be okay. 4 hours later, a nurse takes Kiana to the NICU. She sits in a wheelchair. The nurse pushes her through white hallways. The NICU is cold and bright. There are machines everywhere. Beeping sounds fill the room. The nurse stops next to 3 small plastic boxes. Incubators. Inside each one is a tiny baby. Tubes and wires connect to their small bodies. "This is Marcus," the nurse says. She points to the first baby. "This is Malcolm. This is Maya." Kiana stares at her children. They are so small. Their skin is almost see-through. Their eyes are closed. "Can I touch them?" "Yes." "Put your hand through the opening. Touch them gently." Kiana puts her hand inside the first incubator. She touches Marcus's tiny hand. His fingers are smaller than the tip of her thumb. His hand closes around her finger. She touches Malcolm. Then Maya. "How long will they be here?" Kiana asks. "At least 2 weeks. Maybe more. They need to gain weight. They need to learn to breathe on their own." 2 weeks. Kiana nods. A woman in a business suit comes in. She has brown hair and carries a folder. "Miss Brooks? I am from the hospital billing department. I need to talk to you about payment." "I have Medicaid," Kiana says. "Medicaid will cover some of it. But not all. The NICU is very expensive. Your total bill will be around $64,000. Kiana's heart stops. $64,000. How much will I have to pay? The woman looks at her papers. After Medicaid, probably around $10,000. $10,000. Kiana has $847 in her bank account. The woman sees Kiana's face. "We have payment plans. You can pay a little bit each month." Kiana nods. She cannot speak. The woman leaves. Kiana sits next to her babies. She looks at their small faces, their tiny fingers, their thin legs. She does not have money. She does not have help. She does not have family. But she has these 3 babies, and she will do anything to keep them alive. For 2 weeks, Kayana visits the NICU every single day. She finishes her shift at Jerry's Diner at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then she takes 2 buses to Cook County Hospital. The first bus takes 30 minutes. The second bus takes 20 minutes. Then she walks 3 blocks. She sits next to the incubators. She puts her hands through the small openings. She touches Marcus's tiny hand. She touches Malcolm's tiny hand. She touches Maya's tiny hand. She talks to them. "Hi, babies. It is Mommy. I am here." She tells them about her day. She tells them about the eggs she cooked. She tells them about the customers at the diner. She tells them about their grandmother. "Your grandma was named Dorothy. She died 5 years ago. She was the strongest person I ever knew. She worked 3 jobs. She made the best food from almost nothing. A can of tomatoes and some pasta could feed us for 3 days. She would have loved you so much." She does not tell them about their father. She does not say his name. The nurses learn Kayana's routine. They smile when she comes in. One nurse named Patricia brings her coffee sometimes. Patricia is from Jamaica. She has 3 children of her own. "Your babies are fighters," Patricia says. "They are getting stronger every day." On day 14, the doctor tells Kayana the babies can go home. Marcus weighs 5 pounds now. Malcolm weighs 4 pounds and 12 ounces. Maya weighs 4 pounds and 8 ounces. They can breathe on their own. They can eat from bottles. "You will need to feed them every 2 hours, the doctor says. "Even at night. Do you have help?" "I have a neighbor who will watch them during the day while I work." The doctor nods. "Good. Bring them back in 1 week for a checkup." Kayana borrows Jerry's car. She drives to the hospital. The nurses help her put the babies in car seats. The car seats were donated by the hospital. Kayana could not afford to buy them. She drives home slowly. She is terrified. The babies are so small, so fragile. She carries them upstairs one at a time. First Marcus, then Malcolm, then Maya. She puts them in their cribs. The 3 cribs fill her entire bedroom. There is barely room to walk. Kayana stands in the doorway and looks at her children. They are home. They are hers. The next day, a social worker knocks on Kayana's door. Her name is Amanda. She is young with blonde hair. "I am from the county," Amanda says. "I am here to check on you and the babies." Kayana's heart races. She read stories about social workers taking babies away from poor mothers. "Is something wrong?" "No, this is just a standard visit." "Can I come in?" Kayana lets her in. Amanda looks at the cribs. She looks at the kitchen. She looks at the bathroom. She writes notes on a clipboard. "Do you have enough diapers and formula?" Amanda asks. "I have some, but not much." Amanda goes to her car. She comes back carrying 2 big boxes. "These are donations, diapers and formula. This should last you a month." Kayana feels tears in her eyes. "Thank you. There is a program at the community center. They give free diapers to mothers every month. I will give you the address." Amanda stays for 20 minutes. She holds Maya. She tells Kayana she is doing a good job. Then she leaves. Kayana sits on her couch. She looks at the 2 boxes of diapers and formula. She looks at her babies sleeping in their cribs. She can do this. She has to do this. When the babies are 4 weeks old, Kayana goes back to work. She has no choice. She has no savings. She has bills. The hospital sends her payment reminders every week. She owes $10,000. Her routine starts. Every morning, she wakes up at 5 o'clock. She is so tired. The babies wake up every 2 hours at night to eat. She barely sleeps. She feeds Marcus, then Malcolm, then Maya. It takes 1 hour to feed all 3 babies. Then she changes their diapers. Then she gets them dressed. Everything takes forever. At 6:30, she carries the babies downstairs to Mrs. Chen's apartment. Mrs. Chen answers the door in her robe. "Good morning," Mrs. Chen says. She takes Maya from Kiana's arms. "Go to work. I will take care of them." Kiana takes the bus to Jerry's diner. She works from 7 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. She cooks eggs. She cooks bacon. She cooks pancakes. Her body is exhausted, but she keeps moving. At 3 o'clock, she takes the bus home. She picks up the babies from Mrs. Chen. She carries them upstairs. She feeds them. She plays with them on the floor. She bathes them in the kitchen sink because they are too small for the bathtub. At 7 o'clock, she puts them to bed. Then she collapses on the couch. Some nights, she falls asleep sitting up. She wakes up at 9 o'clock with a stiff neck. Some nights, she cries. She is so tired. She does not know how she will survive another day. But some nights, after the babies are asleep, Kiana opens her laptop. The laptop is old and slow. She bought it used for $80 3 years ago. She goes to YouTube. She types in French cooking techniques. She watches videos. A chef in a white coat shows how to hold a knife, how to chop onions, how to make a sauce. Kiana watches the video 3 times. She writes notes in a spiral notebook. She writes down every step. She types in how to plate food like a restaurant. She watches more videos. She learns about making food look beautiful. She learns about colors and shapes. She stays up until midnight watching videos. Then she sleeps for 4 hours. Then the babies wake up crying, and she starts again. On her days off, Mrs. Chen watches the babies. Kiana takes the bus to the Chicago Public Library on State Street. The library is big, with tall ceilings. It is quiet. She goes to the cookbook section. She checks out 5 books at a time. She reads about famous chefs. She reads about people who grew up poor and built restaurants. She reads about a woman who started with a food cart and now owns 10 restaurants. Kiana sees herself in these stories. These people did not have money. They did not have help. But they had a dream. They worked hard. They did not give up. She can do this too. When the triplets are 6 months old, Kiana starts practicing at home. On Sunday mornings, when the babies nap, she cooks. She makes braised short ribs. She follows a recipe from a cookbook. She sears the meat in a pan. She adds wine and broth. She puts it in the oven for 3 hours. The apartment fills with the smell of meat and herbs. She makes lemon butter sauce. She melts butter in a pan. She adds lemon juice and garlic. She tastes it. It is good. She writes notes in her notebook about how to make it better. She makes roasted vegetables with herbs. She cuts carrots and potatoes. She tosses them with olive oil and rosemary. She roasts them until they are brown and crispy. On Monday, she brings the food to Jerry's diner in plastic containers. At lunch, she heats it up. She gives some to Jerry. She gives some to the other cooks. A cook named Ramon. A cook named Lisa. Jerry takes a bite of the short ribs. His eyes go wide. He chews slowly. He takes another bite. "Kiana," Jerry says, "where did you learn to make this?" "YouTube," Kiana says. "This is the best thing I have ever eaten. The meat falls apart. The sauce is rich. This is restaurant quality." Ramon tries it. "Damn, this is good." Lisa tries it. "You should open your own restaurant." Kiana laughs, but inside something shifts. She thinks about that idea. Her own restaurant. It seems impossible. But 6 months ago, having 3 babies seemed impossible. And now she has 3 babies sleeping in her apartment. Maybe impossible things can become real. Jerry wipes his mouth with a napkin. He looks at Kiana. There is a cooking competition coming up at the community center in Pilsen. The prize is $10,000. Kiana stops moving. $10,000? Yes, you cook 1 dish. Judges taste it. The best dish wins. You should enter. When is it? 3 months from now, in October. Kiana thinks about $10,000. That would pay off the hospital bill. That would give her a cushion. That would change everything. How do I enter? She asks. Jerry smiles. I will get you the information. That night, Kiana cannot sleep. Not because the babies are crying. They are asleep. She cannot sleep because her mind is racing. $10,000. A cooking competition. A chance. She gets up. She opens her laptop. She watches more videos. She writes more notes. She is going to enter that competition. And she is going to win. The next day, Jerry brings Kiana a paper. It is a flyer for the cooking competition. The flyer is bright orange with black letters. Pilsen Community Center Cooking Competition. October 15th. First prize, $10,000. Entry fee, $50. Kiana stares at the number. $50. That is a lot of money for her. She makes around $400 a week at the diner. She pays Mrs. Chen $200. She pays rent. She buys food. She pays the hospital $25 every month. There is not much left. But $50 is nothing compared to $10,000. I am going to do it, Kiana says. Jerry smiles. Good. You will win. That night, Kiana fills out the application. She writes her name, her address, her phone number. The application asks what dish she will make. She writes, braised short ribs with mashed sweet potatoes and collard greens. She goes to the post office. She buys a money order for $50. She puts the application and the money order in an envelope. She mails it. Then she waits. 4 weeks pass. Every day, Kiana checks her mailbox. Bills, junk mail. Nothing from the competition. Then one day, there is a white envelope. The return address says, Pilsen Community Center. Kiana's hands shake. She opens the envelope. Inside is a letter. Dear Kiana Brooks, congratulations. You have been accepted into the Pilsen Community Center cooking competition. The competition will be held on Saturday, October 15th, at 10 o'clock in the morning. Please arrive by 9 o'clock to set up your station. You will have 2 hours to prepare your dish. 3 judges will taste your dish and score it. The winner will be announced at 6 o'clock in the evening. We look forward to seeing you. Sincerely, Maria Gonzalez, Community Center Director. Kiana reads the letter 3 times. She got in? She is really doing this. The competition is in 3 months. Kiana starts preparing immediately. Every Sunday, when the babies nap, she practices her dish. She makes short ribs over and over. The first batch burns. She left it in the oven too long. The meat is dry and black. She throws it away. The second batch is better, but the sauce is too thin. She writes in her notebook, add more flour to thicken sauce. The third batch is good, but not perfect. The sweet potatoes are too watery. She writes, use less milk, mash them longer. She practices 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. She spends money she does not have on ingredients, but she does not stop. The triplets are 2 years old now. They walk. They talk. Marcus says, Mama, up. Malcolm says, Mommy, juice. Maya says, Mama, hug. They are the reason Kiana keeps going. But life is still hard. In January, the apartment heater breaks. It is freezing outside. Snow covers the streets. Inside the apartment, Kiana can see her breath. She calls the landlord. He says he will fix it, but he does not come. She calls again. He says he is busy. Kiana and the babies wear coats inside. They wear hats. They sleep under 3 blankets. At night, Kiana puts the babies in her bed so they stay warm. 2 weeks pass. Finally, the landlord comes. He fixes the heater. But those 2 weeks were the hardest of Kiana's life. In February, Marcus gets an ear infection. He cries all night. His forehead is hot. Kiana takes him to the emergency room at Cook County Hospital. They wait for 3 hours. Finally, a doctor sees Marcus. The doctor looks in his ear with a small light. Ear infection, the doctor says. I will prescribe antibiotics. How much will it cost? Kiana asks. The visit will be $200. The medicine will be $15. Kiana's stomach drops. $200. But she has no choice. Marcus needs medicine. She pays with her credit card. The credit card she only uses for emergencies. Now she owes $215 plus interest. In March, Malcolm falls at Mrs. Chen's apartment. He trips on a toy and hits his face on the corner of a table. Mrs. Chen calls Kiana at work. Malcolm hurt himself, Mrs. Chen says. He has a black eye, but he is okay. Kiana leaves work early. She runs to Mrs. Chen's apartment. Malcolm sits on the couch with an ice pack on his face. His left eye is purple and swollen. I am so sorry, Mrs. Chen says. It happened so fast. It is okay, Kiana says, but inside she is terrified. What if someone sees the black eye and thinks she hurt him? What if they call social services? What if they take her babies away? But no one calls. The black eye fades in 2 weeks. In April, Maya stops eating. She refuses breakfast. She refuses lunch. She refuses dinner. Kiana tries everything. She makes eggs. She makes pasta. She makes chicken nuggets. Maya just shakes her head and says, no. Maya loses weight. Her face gets thin. Her arms get thin. Kiana is terrified. She takes Maya to the clinic. The doctor examines Maya. She is healthy. Some children go through phases where they do not want to eat. Keep offering food. She will eat when she is ready. Are you sure? Kiana asks. Yes. I see this all the time. 3 days later, Maya starts eating again. She eats eggs. She eats pasta. She eats everything. Kiana cries from relief. Every problem feels like a crisis. Every crisis feels like it will break her. But Kiana survives. She always survives. At night, after the babies sleep, she practices her cooking. She perfects her short ribs. She perfects her sweet potatoes. She perfects her collard greens. Finally, it is October 15th, Competition Day. Kiana wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. She is nervous. Her hands shake. She gets the babies dressed. She takes them to Mrs. Chen's apartment. Good luck, Mrs. Chen says. You will win. Kiana takes 3 buses to Pilsen. She carries 2 heavy bags. One bag has her ingredients: meat, potatoes, collard greens, spices. The other bag has her pots and pans. The community center is a big brick building. Inside there are rows of cooking stations. Each station has a stove, a counter, and a sink. Kiana finds her station. It is number 17. She sets up her ingredients. She lines up her knives. She has one good knife she bought at a restaurant supply store for $40. It is sharp and clean. She looks around. There are 29 other cooks. Some are men in chef coats. Some are women with expensive equipment. One woman has a set of knives that looks like it costs $500. Kiana feels small. She does not have fancy equipment. She does not have professional training. She just has one knife and a dream. A woman with a microphone stands at the front. She has gray hair and wears a red dress. Welcome to the Pilsen Community Center Cooking Competition. I am Maria Gonzalez, the director. You have 2 hours to prepare your dish. At noon, the judges will begin tasting. Good luck to everyone. A buzzer sounds. The competition begins. Kiana takes out her short ribs. Her hands shake as she seasons the meat. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika. She practiced this so many times. But now, with everyone watching, she is terrified. She takes a deep breath. Then she starts cooking. She sears the meat in a hot pan. The sound is loud. The smell fills the air. She adds wine to the pan. She adds beef broth. She adds herbs, thyme, rosemary, bay leaves. She puts the pan in the oven. Now, she waits. The meat needs to cook for 90 minutes. While the meat cooks, she makes the mashed sweet potatoes. She peels the potatoes. She cuts them into pieces. She boils them until they are soft. She mashes them with butter and a little bit of milk. Not too much, just enough. She makes the collard greens. She washes the leaves. She cuts them into strips. She cooks them in a pot with onions and garlic. She adds a little bit of sugar, a little bit of vinegar. The greens need to be tender, but not mushy. Time moves fast. 90 minutes pass. Kiana takes the short ribs out of the oven. The meat is dark brown. The sauce is thick and shiny. Perfect. She plates the food. She learned about plating from YouTube videos. She puts the mashed sweet potatoes on the left side of the plate. She puts the collard greens on the right side. She puts the short rib in the center. She spoons the sauce over the meat. The dish looks beautiful. The buzzer sounds. Time is up. The judges walk from station to station. There are 3 judges. One is a man with a beard who writes for a food blog. One is a woman with short hair who owns a restaurant in Wicker Park. One is an older man with glasses who teaches at a culinary school. They taste every dish. It takes hours. Kiana stands next to her plate. Her feet hurt. Her back hurts. She watches the judges taste other dishes. Some judges smile. Some judges frown. Some judges write notes and move on quickly. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the judges reach Station 17. Kiana's station. The woman judge picks up a fork. She cuts into the short rib. The meat falls apart. She takes a bite. She chews slowly. The man with the beard tries the sweet potatoes. He tries the collard greens. He writes something on his paper. The older man tries the short rib. He closes his eyes. He chews. A small smile crosses his face. He opens his eyes and looks at Kiana. He does not say anything. He just writes notes on his paper. Then, the judges move to the next station. Kiana does not know what the notes say. She does not know if closing his eyes was good or bad. She just waits. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Maria Gonzalez stands at the front of the room with a microphone. All 30 cooks gather around. Kiana stands in the back. Her legs feel weak. She worked so hard for this. If she does not win, she does not know what she will do. Thank you to all our competitors, Maria says. The judges have made their decisions. We will now announce the winners. The room is silent. Kiana can hear her own heartbeat. In 3rd place, Maria says, Michael Chen. A young man with black hair walks to the front. Everyone claps. He shakes hands with the judges. They give him a small trophy and an envelope. Maria says he won $500. Kiana's stomach tightens. Not 3rd place, maybe 2nd, maybe 1st, maybe nothing. In 2nd place, Maria says, Rebecca Johnson. A woman with red hair walks to the front. She is smiling. She shakes hands with the judges. They give her a trophy and an envelope. $1,000. Kiana holds her breath. There is only one place left. 1st place, $10,000. If she does not win, she gets nothing. $50 for the entry fee. All those hours of practice. All that money spent on ingredients. All for nothing. And in first place, Maria says. She pauses. The pause feels like forever. Kiana Brooks. Kiana does not move. She thinks she heard wrong. She looks around. People are clapping. They are looking at her. Kiana Brooks, from the South Side, Maria says again. Please, come up here. Kiana walks to the front. Her legs do not feel real. She feels like she is floating. The woman judge shakes her hand. The man with the beard shakes her hand. The older man with glasses shakes her hand and holds on. Your short ribs are perfect, he says. The meat falls apart. The flavor is deep and rich. You have real talent. Real talent. Kiana tries to speak, but her throat is tight. She just nods. Maria hands her a trophy. It is gold and heavy. Then Maria hands her an envelope. A white envelope with her name on it. Congratulations, Kiana, Maria says into the microphone. $10,000. Everyone claps. Some people cheer. Kiana opens the envelope. Inside is a check. A check for $10,000. Made out to Kiana Brooks. Kiana starts crying. She cannot help it. She holds the check against her chest and cries in front of everyone. The woman judge puts a hand on her shoulder. You earned this, she says. Kiana wipes her eyes. Thank you. Thank you so much. She takes the bus home. She holds the check in both hands. She is afraid to put it in her purse. Afraid it will disappear. Afraid this is all a dream. She picks up the babies from Mrs. Chen. Marcus and Malcolm are playing with blocks. Maya is coloring. How did it go? Mrs. Chen asks. Kiana holds up the check. I won. Mrs. Chen looks at the check. Her eyes go wide. $10,000? Yes. Mrs. Chen hugs Kiana. Then Mrs. Chen starts crying too. I am so proud of you. So proud. That night, after the babies are asleep, Kiana sits at her kitchen table. She looks at the check. $10,000. More money than she has ever had in her entire life. The next day at work, Jerry asks about the competition. I won, Kiana says. Jerry drops the spatula he is holding. You won? First place? Yes. Jerry hugs her. Then he yells to the other cooks. Kiana won $10,000. Ramon and Lisa come over. They hug her. They high-five her. They tell her they knew she would win. At lunch, Jerry sits with Kiana in the back room. What are you going to do with the money? He asks. I do not know yet. You should save it. Put it in the bank. Keep it for emergencies. Kiana nods, but she is not sure that is what she wants to do. That night, her neighbor from across the hall stops her. His name is David. He is 30 years old and works at a bank. Mrs. Chen told me you won a cooking competition, David says. Yes. What are you going to do with the money? You should pay off your hospital debt. Get rid of that burden. Kiana thanks him. But she is still not sure. Everyone has advice. Everyone tells her what to do. Save it. Pay off debt. Buy new furniture. Buy a car. But Kiana has a different idea. She opens her laptop. She goes to a website where people sell used cars and trucks. She types in food truck. 20 results come up. Most are too expensive. $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. Then she sees one. A white food truck with rust spots. The ad says, food truck for sale. Runs well. Kitchen equipment works. $8,000. Kiana clicks on the ad. There are photos. The truck is old. The paint is chipped. But the inside has a stove, a refrigerator, and a counter. Everything she needs. She calls the phone number. A man answers. Is the food truck still for sale? Kiana asks. Yes, the man says. His voice is rough. You want to see it? Yes. They meet the next day. The man's name is Carlos. He is 50 years old with gray hair. The truck is parked in a lot in Cicero. Kiana walks around the truck. She opens the back doors. She looks at the stove. She turns the knobs. The burners light. She opens the refrigerator. It is cold inside. "Why are you selling it?" Kiana asks. "I am getting too old for this work. I want to retire. Spend time with my grandkids." "Does everything work?" "Yes. The engine runs. The kitchen equipment works. The brakes need a little work, but nothing major." Kiana thinks about her 3 babies. She thinks about the $10,000. This is crazy. She has never run a business. She has never owned a truck. She has a job at Jerry's Diner. A safe job. A sure paycheck. But a sure paycheck will never get her out of debt. A sure paycheck will never give her babies a better life. "I will take it," Kiana says. Carlos smiles. "Cash or check?" "Cash, but I need to go to the bank first." They go to the bank together. Kiana withdraws $8,000. She has never held that much cash in her life. Her hands shake as she counts it. She gives the money to Carlos. Carlos gives her the keys and the title. The truck is hers. She drives it home. The truck is loud. It shakes when she stops at red lights. But it runs. She parks it on the street outside her apartment. She sits in the driver's seat and looks around. This is hers, her truck, her business, her future. She uses $1,500 to get the brakes fixed. She takes the truck to a mechanic in Pilsen. She also pays to have the truck painted. She picks bright yellow, a color people will notice, a color that stands out. She uses $300 to get a business license. She goes to City Hall. She fills out forms. She pays fees. 2 weeks later, she gets a letter. She is officially a business. Kiana's Kitchen, LLC. She paints the name on the side of the truck in big red letters. Kiana's Kitchen. She paints her phone number below it. She uses $200 on her first grocery order. She goes to Restaurant Depot. She buys chicken. She buys rice. She buys vegetables. She buys spices. She buys oil. She fills the truck's refrigerator. She has nothing left. The $10,000 is gone. But she has a truck. She has a business. She has a chance. At the end of the month, Kiana goes to Jerry's Diner. She waits until the lunch rush is over. Then, she sits with Jerry in the back room. "Jerry, I need to tell you something," Kiana says. Jerry looks at her. "What is it?" "I am quitting. I bought a food truck. I am starting my own business." Jerry is quiet for a long moment. Then he smiles. But his eyes are wet. "I knew this day would come," Jerry says. "You are too good to work here forever. You gave me a job when I needed one. You let me sit when I was pregnant. You never gave up on me. I will never forget that." Jerry reaches across the table and holds her hand. "You are going to be successful, I know it. I have always known it." They both cry. Jerry hugs her goodbye. All the other cooks hug her goodbye. Ramon gives her his phone number. "Call me if you need help," he says. Kiana walks out of Jerry's Diner for the last time. She is terrified. She has 3 children depending on her. She has no safety net. If the food truck fails, she has nothing. But if she never tries, she will always wonder what could have been. On Monday morning, Kiana wakes up at 4 o'clock. She drives her yellow food truck downtown. She parks on Wells Street, outside a tall glass office building. She sets up at 11 o'clock in the morning. She made jerk chicken with rice and beans. She made fried catfish sandwiches. She made mac and cheese with 4 types of cheese. She opens the service window. She stands inside the truck and waits. The street is empty. No one comes. Kiana stands inside the yellow truck. She looks out the service window. The street is busy with people walking, but no one stops. No one looks at the truck. Everyone walks past. 11:30. Still no customers. Kiana's hands shake. She spent all her money on this truck, on this food. If no one buys anything, she will have nothing. At 11:35, a woman stops. She wears a black business suit and carries a leather bag. She looks at the menu board Kiana painted on the side of the truck. "Are you open?" the woman asks. "Yes," Kiana says. Her voice comes out too quiet. She clears her throat. "Yes, I am open." "What is good?" "Everything is fresh. I made it this morning. The jerk chicken is my specialty." "Okay, I will try the jerk chicken with rice and beans." Kiana's heart races. Her first customer. She plates the food quickly. The chicken is dark and covered in spices. The rice is white and fluffy. The beans are thick and brown. She hands it through the window with a plastic fork. $8, Kiana says. The woman gives her a $10 bill. "Keep the change." The woman walks to a bench. She sits down. She takes a bite of the chicken. Kiana watches from inside the truck. The woman stops chewing. Her eyes go wide. She looks at the food. She takes another bite. Then another. She eats fast. 20 minutes later, the woman comes back to the truck. "That was incredible," the woman says. "What is your name?" "Kiana. I work in that building. I am bringing my co-workers tomorrow. What time are you here?" 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. "See you tomorrow." The woman walks away. Kiana made $8. It is not much, but it is a start. At noon, a man in a suit stops. Then 2 women in dresses. Then a group of construction workers. By 12:30 there is a line. 10 people. Then 15 people. Kiana cooks as fast as she can. She plates the food. She takes money. She makes change. Her hands move quickly. She does not stop. By 2 o'clock, all the food is gone. Kiana sold out. She counts the cash. $340. She drives home. Her body shakes. Not from fear this time. From excitement. From hope. The next day, the line is longer. 20 people. The woman in the black suit brings 3 co-workers. They all order the jerk chicken. They all love it. By the end of the week, Kiana makes over $400 a day. People start coming early. They wait for the truck to open. They tell their friends. On Monday of the second week, a young woman with glasses stops at the truck. She has pink hair and carries a camera. "Hi," the woman says. "I write a food blog, Chicago Eats. Can I try your food and take some photos?" "Yes," Kiana says. The woman orders the jerk chicken and the fried catfish sandwich. She takes photos of the food. She takes photos of the truck. She takes a photo of Kiana standing in the service window. "This is amazing," the woman says. "Best jerk chicken in Chicago. I am writing about you tonight." That evening, Kiana checks the blog on her laptop. There is a post with photos of her truck and her food. The headline says, "Best jerk chicken in Chicago. Run, don't walk, to Kiana's kitchen." The post gets shared. People comment. They say they will try it tomorrow. The next day, 50 people wait when Kiana opens. The line goes around the block. She sells out in 1 hour. Kiana starts parking at different locations. Monday and Tuesday on Wells Street. Wednesday on LaSalle Street near the Financial District. Thursday and Friday in the Loop near Millennium Park. Every day she sells out. Every day she makes between $300 and $500. After she buys more ingredients and pays for gas, she has about $200 profit each day. 4 days a week. $800 a week profit. She saves every dollar she can. She pays Mrs. Chen $200 a week. She pays rent. She buys groceries. She pays the hospital $25 every month. Everything else goes into a savings account. The triplets are 3 years old now. They go to a preschool program at the community center. The program is free. It runs from 9 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. Kiana drops them off at 8:30. They wear matching backpacks. Marcus carries a toy truck. Malcolm carries a book. Maya carries a stuffed bear. "Bye, Mommy," they say. They run inside, holding hands. Kiana drives the food truck downtown. She works until 2:30. Then she drives to the community center. She picks up the babies. They are covered in paint and dirt and glue. "Mommy!" they yell. They run to her and hug her legs. She takes them home. She feeds them dinner. She gives them baths. She reads them books. She puts them to bed at 7:30. Then she preps food for the next day. She cuts vegetables. She seasons meat. She cooks rice. She works until midnight. She sleeps 5 hours. Then she starts again. She is exhausted, but she is happy. This is her business, her food, her name on the truck. In November, a reporter from the Chicago Tribune calls her phone. "Is this Kiana Brooks?" the woman asks. "Yes. My name is Jennifer Lee. I am a reporter for the Chicago Tribune. I have been hearing about your food truck. I would like to write an article about you." "An article?" "Yes, about your food, about your story. Are you available for an interview?" They meet on a Wednesday afternoon. Jennifer is 40 years old, with short black hair. She brings a photographer, a young man with dreadlocks. Jennifer asks Kiana questions. "Where are you from? How did you learn to cook? Why did you start a food truck?" Kiana tells her story. She does not mention Vincent by name. She just says she is a single mother of triplets. She worked at a diner. She won a cooking competition. She used the money to buy a food truck. The photographer takes photos. Kiana stands in front of the yellow truck. She holds a plate of jerk chicken. She smiles. The article runs on Sunday, the front page of the food section. There is a big color photo of Kiana and her truck. The headline says, "Single mother of triplets builds food truck empire. One plate at a time." The article tells her story. It describes her food. It says her jerk chicken is the best in the city. It says she works 14 hours a day. It says she is raising 3 children alone. On Monday, when Kiana opens the truck, 70 people are waiting. The line is so long it blocks the sidewalk. People wait for an hour to get food. She sells out in 45 minutes. Every day that week, the lines are long. Every day, she sells out. Every day, she makes more money than she ever thought possible. Kiana keeps working, keeps saving. Months pass. The triplets turn 4 years old. Kiana throws them a birthday party at the community center. 20 kids come. Mrs. Chen makes a cake. The triplets blow out the candles together. "Make a wish," Kiana says. They close their eyes. They blow. All the candles go out. "What did you wish for?" Kiana asks. "I wished for a puppy," Marcus says. "I wished for more books," Malcolm says. "I wished for Mommy to be happy," Maya says. Kiana hugs Maya and cries. 2 years pass. Kiana parks her food truck 5 days a week. She never takes a day off except Sundays. Every dollar she makes, she saves. She keeps a notebook where she writes down every expense, every purchase, every sale. One night she opens her bank account on her laptop. She looks at the balance. $120,000. She sits back and stares at the number. $120,000. She did that. She saved that. The next day, Kiana starts looking at empty restaurant spaces. She drives around Chicago on Sunday afternoons while Mrs. Chen watches the babies. She looks at buildings with for lease signs. She writes down addresses. She finds one in Lincoln Park. It is on Halsted Street. The building is brick with big windows. There is a for lease sign in the window. She looks through the glass. Inside is empty, but she can see what it used to be. A restaurant. There are still tables stacked in the corner. A kitchen in the back. She calls the number on the sign. A man answers. "I am interested in the space on Halsted Street," Kiana says. "Are you looking to open a restaurant?" "Yes." "The rent is $4,000 per month. Can you afford that?" Kiana thinks about her savings. $120,000. Yes, she can afford it. "Yes," she says, "I would like to see it." The landlord's name is Robert Green. He is 60 years old with white hair and glasses. He meets Kiana at the restaurant space on Tuesday afternoon. Robert unlocks the door. They walk inside. The space is bigger than it looked from outside. There are 15 tables stacked against the wall. Chairs stacked on top of them. The floor is dirty. The walls need paint. But the bones are good. Kiana walks to the back. The kitchen is small, but workable. There is an old stove, an old refrigerator, a sink. The equipment needs to be replaced, but the layout is good. The previous owner went out of business, Robert says. He was here for 6 months. Could not make it work. Why not? Bad food, bad service, bad management. Kiana nods. She will not make those mistakes. "I need to see your financials," Robert says. "Bank statements, business plan. I need to know you can pay rent." "I have that," Kiana says. They sit at one of the dusty tables. Kiana pulls papers from her bag. Bank statements showing $120,000. Revenue reports from her food truck for the last 2 years. A business plan she wrote late at night on her laptop. The plan describes her restaurant, the menu, the prices, the projected costs. Robert reads everything. He takes his time. 20 minutes pass. Finally, he looks up. "You saved $120,000 from a food truck?" "Yes." "How long did that take?" 2 years. Robert shakes his head slowly. "That is impressive. Very impressive. Does that mean you will lease the space to me?" Robert looks at her. "You are 28 years old. You have 3 small children. You have never run a restaurant. This is a big risk. I know it is a risk, but I work hard. I will make this succeed." Robert is quiet for a long moment. Then he says, "Okay, I will lease it to you. $4,000 per month. First month and security deposit up front. $8,000 total." Kiana shakes his hand. "Thank you. You will not regret this." The next week, Kiana signs the lease. She pays $8,000. Now she has $112,000 left. She hires a contractor to renovate the space. The contractor's name is Miguel. He is 45 years old with a thick beard. He looks at the space and makes a list. "You need new paint, new floors, new lighting, new bathroom fixtures. I can do it for $40,000. $40,000. Kiana's stomach tightens, but she has no choice. The space needs work. "How long will it take?" 6 weeks. "Okay, let's do it." Miguel and his crew start work the next day. They rip out the old carpet. They sand the floors. They paint the walls white. Clean and simple. They install new lights. Warm and bright. Kiana buys new tables and chairs. She finds them at a restaurant supply warehouse. Simple wooden tables. Black metal chairs. She buys new plates. White, with a thin gold rim. She buys glasses. Silverware. Napkins. She spends $30,000 on kitchen equipment. A new 6-burner stove. a new commercial refrigerator, a new freezer, new pots and pans, new knives. Everything she needs to run a professional kitchen. She spends $10,000 on permits and licenses. She goes to City Hall. She fills out forms, health permits, business licenses, liquor license. Everything takes time. Everything costs money. Now she has $40,000 left. She keeps it as emergency money. She will need it. Restaurants are expensive. Things break. Problems happen. She needs a name for the restaurant. She thinks about it for days. She wants something simple, something strong, something that represents her. Brooks, her last name. Just one word. She hires a sign painter, an old man named Frank, who has painted signs for 50 years. He paints Brooks on the front window in gold letters. Simple and beautiful. Kiana designs the menu herself. She will serve 10 dishes: jerk chicken, braised short ribs, pan-seared salmon, fried catfish, mac and cheese, collard greens, mashed sweet potatoes, cornbread, peach cobbler, lemon pound cake. She prices everything carefully. Jerk chicken, $22. Short ribs, $32. Salmon, $28. She needs to make a profit, but she also needs to be fair. She needs staff. She puts an ad online. 20 people apply. She interviews 10 people. She hires 3. David Rodriguez is 29 years old. He worked as a line cook at a restaurant in Pilsen for 5 years. He is fast and skilled. He does not waste food. He does not complain. "Why do you want to work here?" Kiana asks. "I want to work for someone who cares about food, not just about money. I read about you in the Tribune. You care." "Yes, I care." She hires him. Ashley Thompson is 24 years old. She just moved to Chicago from Detroit. She has worked as a server for 6 years. She is friendly and quick. She knows how to talk to customers. "I want to be part of something new," Ashley says. "Something that matters." Kiana hires her. James Lee is 19 years old. He needs a job. Any job. He will wash dishes. He will clean. He will do whatever needs to be done. "I will work hard," James says. "I promise." Kiana sees herself in him. Young, desperate, willing to do anything. She hires him. Brooks opens on a Friday in October. Kiana is 28 years old. The triplets are 4 years old. Mrs. Chen watches them at home. Kiana told them she would bring them to the restaurant tomorrow. Tonight is for work. Kiana stands in her kitchen. She wears a black chef coat. She had it custom made. On the left side, embroidered in gold thread, it says, "Executive Chef Kiana Brooks." She looks around. This is hers. She owns this. Every table, every plate, every knife. This is what she built. At 5 o'clock, she opens the doors. 20 people come that first night. Some are customers from the food truck. Some read about the opening online. Some just walked by and saw the sign. They order food. Kiana cooks every dish herself. She plates everything. She checks every detail. David helps on the line. Ashley serves the tables. James washes dishes. A woman orders the short ribs. She takes a bite. She closes her eyes. When she opens them, she calls Ashley over. "This is the best meal I have had all year," the woman says. "Who is the chef?" "Her name is Kiana Brooks. She owns the restaurant. Tell her this is incredible." Ashley comes to the kitchen. "Table 3 wants to talk to you." Kiana walks out. The woman shakes her hand. "This food is amazing. I am coming back, and I am bringing everyone I know." That night, Brooks makes $2,000 in revenue. After food costs and staff pay, Kiana has $600 profit. Not much. But it is opening night. The next night, 30 people come. The night after that, 40 people. Word spreads. Food bloggers come. They write reviews. They post photos. A food critic from the Chicago Reader comes. She orders 5 dishes. She tastes everything. 3 days later, her review comes out. 4 stars. The review says, Brooks is the most exciting new restaurant in Chicago. Chef Kiana Brooks takes simple ingredients and turns them into something beautiful. Her short ribs are perfection. Her jerk chicken will change your life. Go now before everyone discovers this place. The review changes everything. Lines form outside Brooks. People wait an hour for a table. Kiana hires 2 more servers. She hires another line cook. She still cooks every dinner service herself. She will not let anyone else touch her food. 6 months pass. Brooks is fully booked every night. People call for reservations weeks in advance. Food critics give Brooks 4 stars. Time out. Chicago calls it a must-visit restaurant. One Saturday night, a famous chef comes to Brooks. His name is Marcus Samuelson. He owns restaurants in New York and Chicago. He has been on television. He sits at table 8. He orders the short ribs. He orders the jerk chicken. He orders everything. After dinner, he asks to meet the chef. Ashley brings Kiana out of the kitchen. She wears her black chef coat. Her face is sweaty from the hot kitchen. Marcus stands up and shakes her hand. I am Marcus Samuelson. I know who you are, Kiana says. Your food is exceptional. Where did you train? YouTube. Marcus laughs. Then he realizes she is serious. You taught yourself? Yes. Marcus takes out his phone. He takes a photo of his empty plate. He posts it on Instagram. He has 2 million followers. The caption says, just had the best short ribs of my life at Brooks in Chicago. Chef Kiana Brooks is the real deal. Go now. The post gets 20,000 likes in 1 hour. Kiana's phone explodes with reservation requests. After Marcus Samuelson's post, everything changes. Brooks is booked 3 months in advance. People call every day begging for tables. Kiana has to turn away hundreds of customers. She opens a second location, Brooks South in Hyde Park. It costs $150,000. She has the money saved. The second restaurant is bigger, 25 tables. She hires more staff. She trains them herself. She teaches them how to cook her recipes, how to plate her dishes. Brooks South opens in January. It is packed from day 1. The triplets are 5 years old now. They understand that mommy owns restaurants. They are proud. They tell their friends at school. My mommy is a chef. She is on TV sometimes. Kiana appears on a morning show. Good Morning Chicago. She cooks jerk chicken in the studio. The hosts love it. They ask her about her story. She tells them. Single mother, 3 children, started with a food truck, built 2 restaurants. The story goes viral. People share it on social media. They call her inspiring. They call her a hero. But Kiana does not feel like a hero. She just feels tired. She works 16 hours a day. She barely sees her children. Mrs. Chen still watches them. Marcus, Malcolm, and Maya ask when mommy will come home. When will she play with them? Kiana hires a lawyer, a woman named Rebecca Chen, not related to Mrs. Chen. Rebecca specializes in family law. I want to file for child support, Kiana says. Who is the father? Rebecca asks. His name is Vincent Williams. He left me when I was pregnant. He never helped. He never called. He abandoned us. Do you know where he is? No. He moved to New York 6 years ago. I do not know his address. I will need to find him. I can hire a private investigator. Do it. I do not need his money now, but my children deserve it. He owes them. 3 weeks later, Rebecca calls Kiana. We found him. Vincent Williams. He lives in Manhattan. He works for a real estate company. He is married to a woman named Sarah Patterson. Her father owns the company. He is married? Yes, for 3 years, no children. Kiana is quiet. Vincent has a whole life, a wife, a job. He moved on. He forgot about her. He forgot about his children. File the papers, Kiana says. I want him to pay. Rebecca files for child support. The court papers are mailed to Vincent's last known address in Chicago, his mother's house in Evanston. But Vincent does not respond. He never receives them, or he ignores them. When the triplets turn 6, Kiana decides to open a third restaurant. Her biggest restaurant, her dream restaurant. She finds a space in downtown Chicago, right on the Chicago River. The building is huge. It has floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the water. It is perfect, but it costs $3 million to buy and renovate. $3 million. Kiana has saved every dollar from both restaurants for 3 years. She has $2,800,000. She needs $200,000 more. She goes to a bank. She meets with a loan officer, a man named Thomas Bradford. He is 50 years old in a gray suit. I need a loan for $200,000, Kiana says. Thomas looks at her paperwork, her tax returns, her bank statements, her business plans. You own 2 restaurants. Both are profitable. Your credit score is excellent. Yes, we can give you this loan. Kiana gets the money. She buys the space. She renovates everything. Custom tables made from imported wood, plates from France, glasses from Italy. Everything is perfect. Everything is expensive. She names it Millennium. One word: strong and modern. Millennium opens on a Tuesday in June. Kiana is 30 years old now. The menu has no prices. If you have to ask, you cannot afford it. Reservations are required. People book 14 months in advance. On opening night, the mayor comes. Athletes come. Celebrities come. Food critics give Millennium 4.5 stars, the highest rating Kiana has ever received. Kiana is on the cover of Bon Appetit magazine in August. The photo shows her in her kitchen wearing her black chef coat. The headline says, "From Food Truck to Empire, How Kiana Brooks Built a Restaurant Dynasty." The article tells her whole story. Poor girl from the South Side. Single mother of triplets. Self-taught chef. 3 restaurants before age 31. The article mentions that she is a single mother. It does not mention the father. Kiana did not talk about Vincent. She never talks about Vincent. But Vincent sees the article. He is in New York at his mother-in-law's apartment. Sarah's mother, Patricia, subscribes to Bon Appetit. The magazine is on the coffee table. Vincent picks it up. He sees the cover. He recognizes Kiana immediately. That face. He remembers that face. He dated her 6 years ago. 7 years ago. He left her because she worked at a diner. Because she had no future. Now she is on the cover of Bon Appetit. Now she owns 3 restaurants. Vincent reads the article. It says she is a single mother of triplets. Triplets. Vincent does the math. 6 years old. That means she was pregnant when he left. Vincent's stomach drops. Those are his children. He is a father. He closes the magazine quickly. He does not tell Sarah. He does not tell Patricia. He pretends he did not see it. But he cannot stop thinking about it. Kiana has 3 restaurants. Kiana is famous. Kiana is successful. The woman he called worthless. The woman he said would never be anything. 2 months later, Vincent and Sarah are planning a trip to Chicago. Sarah's mother, Patricia, wants to visit. It is New Year's Eve. Sarah wants to celebrate. "Let's go to that new restaurant," Sarah says. "Millennium. I heard it is impossible to get a reservation. But my father knows someone." Vincent's heart stops. "Millennium. That is Kiana's restaurant." "Maybe we should go somewhere else," Vincent says. Why? This is the best restaurant in Chicago. Everyone wants to go there. I already made the reservation. We are going. Vincent cannot argue. If he argues, Sarah will ask questions. The reservation is for 8 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Vincent, Sarah, and Patricia fly to Chicago on December 30th. They stay at a hotel downtown, the Peninsula. It is expensive and fancy. On New Year's Eve, they get dressed for dinner. Sarah wears a diamond necklace Vincent bought her. It cost $15,000. He put it on his credit card. Patricia wears a fur coat. Vincent wears a custom suit. It cost $3,000, also on his credit card. Vincent is drowning in debt. He spends more than he makes. He has to look successful. He has to impress people. That is all he knows how to do. They arrive at Millennium at 8 o'clock. The restaurant is beautiful. Warm lights, white tablecloths, floor-to-ceiling windows showing the Chicago River. Everything is perfect. A hostess seats them at table 7. The table has a view of the water. Vincent sits with his back to the kitchen. He is nervous. He looks around. Maybe Kiana is not here tonight. Maybe she has managers who run the restaurant. Maybe he will not see her. They order drinks. They order appetizers. The food comes. It is delicious. Patricia talks about the flavors. Sarah takes photos for Instagram. Vincent cannot eat. His stomach is in knots. At 8:30, a waiter approaches their table. He is young with dark hair. He wears a black vest. "The chef would like to greet you personally," the waiter says. Vincent's face goes white. "No, no, no, no." Sarah smiles. "Oh, how wonderful. They must know we are important." Patricia nods. "Your father's connections really do help." The kitchen doors swing open. A woman walks out. She wears a black chef coat. Gold embroidery on the coat says, "Owner and Executive Chef Kiana Brooks." Her hair is pulled back. Her face is calm. Her eyes are sharp. She looks directly at table 7. Directly at Vincent. She stops at their table. She does not smile. "Welcome to my restaurant," Kiana says. Vincent cannot speak. His mouth is open, but no sound comes out. His hands grip the table. Sarah looks at Kiana. "Thank you. The food is wonderful." Kiana does not look at Sarah. She keeps her eyes on Vincent. Then she gestures toward the window. At a table by the glass, 3 children sit. 2 boys. 1 girl. They wear matching red sweaters. They eat pasta. They wave at Kiana. Patricia follows Kiana's gesture. She stares at the children. Her eyes go wide. She looks at Vincent. She looks back at the children. "Those children," Patricia says slowly. "Those children look exactly like you, Vincent." Sarah turns. She looks at the children. She looks at Vincent. She looks at Kiana. "I don't understand," Sarah says. Kiana pulls out her phone. She opens a document. She shows it to Sarah. "This is a DNA test. Vincent Williams is the biological father of those 3 children, Marcus, Malcolm, and Maya Brooks. The test is 99.9% accurate. It was done through the court 3 years ago." Sarah takes the phone. Her hands shake as she reads. Her face goes from confused to angry to devastated in seconds. She looks at Vincent. "You told me you never had children." Vincent finally speaks. His voice cracks. "I didn't know." Kiana's voice is ice cold. "You knew." Kiana swipes her phone screen. Another document appears. She shows it to Sarah and Patricia. "This is a certified mail receipt, dated 6 years ago. I sent Vincent a letter telling him I was pregnant. The letter was mailed to his mother's house in Evanston, Illinois. Someone signed for it. Look at the signature." Sarah and Patricia look at the screen. The signature is messy, but readable. Vincent Williams. "You signed for the letter," Kiana says. She looks at Vincent. You knew I was pregnant with triplets. You knew, and you did nothing. Vincent's face is red. Sweat forms on his forehead. I didn't. I sent you 47 text messages, Kiana says. Her voice is calm, cold. I called you 89 times. You blocked my number. I mailed a certified letter. You signed for it. You knew everything. You just didn't care. Patricia puts her hand over her mouth. Tears fill her eyes. She stares at the children by the window. They are eating pasta, laughing. They have no idea what is happening. Sarah stands up. She does not yell. She does not cry. Her voice is steady and quiet. You told me you never had children, Sarah says to Vincent. You told me I was your first serious relationship. You lied to me for 3 years. Sarah, please, Vincent says. His voice shakes. I can explain. Explain what? That you abandoned 3 babies? That you have children you never told me about? That you are a liar? People at other tables stop eating. They turn and watch. The entire restaurant is silent except for Sarah's voice. Sarah takes off her wedding ring. She places it on the table next to Vincent's water glass. The ring makes a small sound as it hits the wood. We are done, Sarah says. She walks toward the door. She does not look back. The restaurant door closes behind her. Vincent sits frozen. Patricia stares at him. Her face is full of disgust and heartbreak. How could you? Patricia whispers. How could you do this? Vincent does not answer. He cannot answer. Patricia stands up. She walks across the restaurant to the table by the window. The table where Marcus, Malcolm, and Maya sit. A young woman sits with them. A babysitter Kiana hired for the night. Patricia kneels down next to Maya. Maya looks at her. Maya smiles. She is missing 1 front tooth. Hi, Maya says. I like your bracelet. Patricia touches Maya's face with shaking hands. Tears run down her cheeks. You have my son's eyes, she whispers. Marcus and Malcolm stop eating. They look at Patricia. They look at each other. Are you our grandma? Marcus asks. Patricia cannot speak. She just nods. She cries harder. Malcolm slides out of his chair. He hugs Patricia. Don't cry, he says. It's okay. Patricia holds Malcolm and sobs. Kiana watches from across the room. She does not stop Patricia. She is not cruel. She just wanted Vincent to see the truth. To see what he threw away. To see what he lost. Vincent stands up. He walks over to Kiana. His legs are unsteady. He stops in front of her. Kiana, Vincent says quietly. I didn't know. I swear. I didn't know you were pregnant. Kiana's face shows no emotion. Yes, you did. I have proof. You signed for the letter. The post office has records. The court has records. You knew. Vincent's shoulders drop. I was scared. I was young. I didn't know what to do. So you did nothing. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't feed 3 children. Sorry doesn't pay for diapers and formula. Sorry doesn't stay up all night when they're sick. Sorry means nothing. Vincent looks at his children by the window. Patricia is hugging them. They are talking to her. They are showing her drawings they made earlier. They're beautiful, Vincent whispers. Yes, they are. And you will never know them. You had 6 years to be a father. You chose to run. You chose to hide. You don't get to come back now. Kiana leans close to Vincent's ear. Her voice is low, so only he can hear. You told me I would never be anything. You said I was pathetic. You said I had no ambition. Do you remember? Vincent nods. Look around, Kiana says. This is my restaurant. My name is on the door. I own 3 restaurants. I have a cookbook coming out in March. I was on the cover of Bon Appetit magazine last month. I did all of this while raising 3 children alone. What have you done? Vincent has no answer. Kiana stands up straight. I didn't invite you here for revenge. I didn't even know you were coming until you made a reservation. But when I saw your name, I decided you should see the truth. The woman you threw away became successful. The children you abandoned are happy and healthy. You lost everything tonight, and you will never get it back. A waiter approaches. The same young man who told them the chef wanted to greet them. He carries a black folder. The check. Your bill, sir, the waiter says. Vincent opens the folder. The total is $4,200. Wine, appetizers, entrees, desserts. Everything costs money at Millennium. Vincent takes out his credit card. His hand shakes as he gives it to the waiter. 2 minutes later, the waiter returns. His face is apologetic. I'm sorry, sir. This card was declined. Everyone in the restaurant hears it. Everyone is watching. Vincent's face turns purple. He takes out another credit card. Try this one. The waiter walks away. He comes back. This one was also declined, sir. Vincent tries a third card, also declined. He has no cash. He spent it all on the hotel, on taxis, on showing off. He has nothing. Kiana takes the check from the waiter. She rips it in half. Then she rips it again. She drops the pieces on the table. The meal is free, Kiana says. Happy New Year, Vincent. Vincent stares at the torn paper. His face shows everything. Shame, humiliation, defeat. He walks toward the door. Every person in the restaurant watches him. Every server, every guest. They all know what happened. They all heard everything. Vincent walks out into the cold Chicago night. Snow falls on Michigan Avenue. The street is full of people. Everyone is celebrating New Year's Eve. Everyone is laughing and shouting and happy. Vincent is not happy. His wife left him. His credit cards don't work. His lies are exposed. His mother-in-law is inside meeting grandchildren she never knew existed. He has nothing. Inside Millennium, Patricia sits at the children's table. Marcus shows her a drawing of a yellow food truck. Malcolm shows her a book about dinosaurs. Maya shows her a bracelet she made from beads. Do you want to be our grandma? Maya asks. Patricia wipes her eyes. Yes, more than anything. Okay, Maya says. You can be our grandma. Kiana walks over. Patricia looks up at her. Patricia's face is red from crying. Her makeup is ruined, but she is smiling. Can I please be part of their lives? Patricia asks. Please. I know I have no right to ask. I know Vincent hurt you, but these children are my grandchildren. I want to know them. I want to love them. Kiana looks at Patricia. She thinks about all the nights she was alone, all the times she needed help and had no one, all the years these children had no family except her. But Patricia is not Vincent. Patricia did not abandon them. Patricia did not even know they existed. Yes, Kiana says, but we follow my rules. You see them when I say you can. You don't bring Vincent around them unless they ask to meet him. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Thank you. Thank you so much. Patricia hugs Kiana. Kiana stands stiff for a moment. Then she hugs back. At 11:58, Kiana takes Marcus, Malcolm, and Maya to the restaurant balcony. The balcony overlooks the Chicago River. Below, fireworks are set up on boats. The city is full of lights. Marcus holds Kiana's left hand. Malcolm holds her right hand. Maya sits on Kiana's shoulders, with her small hands in Kiana's hair. Inside the restaurant, everyone gathers. Staff, guests, Patricia. They all count down together. 10, 9, 8. Kiana thinks about the girl she was 6 years ago. The girl who cried for 3 hours on her bed. The girl who thought her life was over. 7, 6, 5. She thinks about the nights she worked until her hands bled. The nights she fell asleep standing up. The nights she wanted to quit, but didn't. 4, 3, 2. She thinks about her children. Marcus, who protects everyone. Malcolm, who notices everything. Maya, who loves everyone. 1. Happy New Year! Fireworks explode over the Chicago River. Red and gold and silver. The sky lights up. The triplets scream with joy. They clap their hands. They point at the colors. Kiana closes her eyes. She feels the cold air on her face. She feels her children's hands in hers. She won. The fireworks last for 15 minutes. When they end, the triplets are tired. Their eyes are heavy. Marcus yawns. Malcolm leans against Kiana's leg. Maya rests her head on Kiana's shoulder. Time to go home, Kiana says. She carries Maya down from the balcony. Marcus and Malcolm follow her. Patricia walks with them. Can I help you get them to the car? Patricia asks. Yes, Kiana says. Thank you. They walk through the restaurant. People stop Kiana to congratulate her, to thank her for the food, to wish her a happy new year. She smiles, she thanks them. But she is tired. She just wants to take her babies home. Patricia helps buckle the children into their car seats. Kiana's car is a used Honda Accord. She bought it 2 years ago. It is not fancy, but it is reliable. It fits 3 car seats. Before Kiana closes the car door, Patricia touches her arm. When can I see them again? Patricia asks. Kiana thinks. Next Saturday, come to my apartment at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We will have lunch. You can spend time with them. Patricia's face lights up. Thank you. Can I bring them gifts? Small gifts, nothing expensive. I don't want them to think love comes from money. I understand. Patricia writes down Kiana's address. They say goodbye. Kiana drives home through the snowy streets. In the back seat, Marcus and Malcolm are already asleep. Maya fights to keep her eyes open. Mommy, Maya whispers, did you have fun tonight? Yes, baby. Did you? Yes. I like our new grandma. She is nice. Yes, she is. Mommy, was that man our daddy? Kiana's hands tighten on the steering wheel. Yes, that was your father. Why doesn't he live with us? Kiana chooses her words carefully. Your father made choices a long time ago. He chose not to be part of our family. But that is okay. We have each other. We are strong. I don't need a daddy, Maya says. I have you. Kiana feels tears in her eyes. You will always have me. Maya closes her eyes. I love you, Mommy. I love you too, baby. By the time Kiana parks outside their apartment building, all 3 children are asleep. She carries them inside one at a time. First Marcus, then Malcolm, then Maya. She is strong from years of lifting heavy pots and carrying her children. She takes them to their bedroom. They don't live in the old apartment anymore. 2 years ago, Kiana bought a house. A small house on the south side. 3 bedrooms, a backyard, a place where her children can run and play. She changes them into pajamas without waking them. She tucks them into their beds. She kisses each forehead. In her own bedroom, Kiana sits on the edge of her bed. She takes off her chef coat. She folds it carefully. She looks at the gold embroidery. Owner and executive chef Kiana Brooks. She thinks about tonight. Seeing Vincent's face when he realized who she was. Watching his world fall apart. Watching him walk out with nothing. She thought she would feel satisfaction. She thought she would feel revenge. But she doesn't feel those things. She just feels tired and free. For 6 years, Vincent was a shadow in her life. A ghost. A question mark. What would she say if she saw him? What would she do? Now she knows. She told him the truth. She showed him what he lost. And then she let him go. He doesn't matter anymore. Kiana lies down in her bed. She thinks about the last 6 years. Every struggle, every small victory, every moment she wanted to give up but didn't. She thinks about the night Vincent left, the night she cried for 3 hours, the night she thought her life was over. She was 24 years old. She had burns on her hands and grease in her hair. She worked for $11 an hour. She had nothing. Now she is 30 years old. She owns 3 successful restaurants. She has money in the bank. She has a house. She has a car. She has everything she needs. But most importantly, she has her children. Healthy, happy, safe. She thinks about all the people who helped her. Jerry, who let her keep her job when she was pregnant. Mrs. Chen, who watched her babies for 6 years. David, who has been her sous chef for 4 years and never let her down. All the customers who believed in her food. She did not do this alone. No one succeeds alone. But she did the work. She woke up every day at 5 in the morning. She cooked when her hands hurt. She studied when she was exhausted. She saved every dollar. She took risks when she was terrified. Kiana picks up her phone. She opens her calendar. Next week, she has a meeting with a publisher about her cookbook. Next month, she is being interviewed for a cooking show. In 3 months, she is opening a 4th restaurant in Los Angeles. Her life is bigger than she ever imagined, bigger than she ever dreamed possible. She puts down her phone. She closes her eyes. Tomorrow, she will wake up early. She will make breakfast for her children. She will take them to the park. She will spend the day with them. No work, just family. On Monday, she will go back to work. She will cook. She will manage her restaurants. She will keep building her empire. But tonight, she will rest. She thinks about Vincent one last time. He is somewhere in Chicago right now, alone, ashamed, broken. She does not feel sorry for him. He made his choices. He has to live with them. But she does not hate him either. Hate takes energy. Hate takes time. She has neither to waste on Vincent Williams. She hopes he learns something from tonight. She hopes he becomes a better person. But that is not her responsibility. That is his. Her responsibility is to her children, to her restaurants, to herself. Kiana opens her eyes. She looks at the ceiling. The house is quiet. Outside, she can hear fireworks still going off. People celebrating the new year, new beginnings, fresh starts. This year will be good. She can feel it. She has worked so hard to get here. She has sacrificed so much. But it was worth it. Every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, every tear, all of it was worth it. Because she survived. She took the worst moment of her life and turned it into fuel. She took the pain and built something beautiful. Vincent told her she would never be anything. He said she was worthless. He said she had no future. He was wrong. Kiana Brooks is a chef, a business owner, a mother, a success. She built her life with her own hands. No one gave her anything. No one rescued her. She rescued herself. And that is the greatest victory of all. Success is not about money. It is not about fame. It is not about proving other people wrong. Success is about becoming the person you were meant to be, even when the world tells you that you cannot, even when you are scared, even when you are alone. Success is about doing the work, every single day, even when no one is watching, even when no one believes in you. Success is about loving yourself enough to keep going. Kiana learned that. She lived that. And now, Lying in her bed in her own house, with her children safe in the next room, she knows she has succeeded. Not because Vincent saw her success, not because his wife left him, not because his credit cards were declined. She succeeded because she survived, because she built a life for her children, because she proved to herself that she is strong. That is enough. That is everything. Kiana closes her eyes and falls asleep. She dreams about the future, about her children growing up, about new restaurants, about new challenges, about a life full of possibilities. Tomorrow is January 1st, a new year, a fresh start. But for Kiana, every day is a fresh start. Every day is a chance to build something, to create something, to be someone. She has already proven what she can do. Now she will prove what she can become. The story of Kiana Brooks is not over. It is just beginning, and she cannot wait to see what happens next. If you enjoyed today's video, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Don't waste time. Just click on the screen